Hi everyone, I am Jo Dukipati and I am the founding editor of Good Day Cork. Good Day Cork is a multimedia house and an event space. The media content and the events created by Good Day Cork are designed with a single most objective, which is change the narrative to build a kinder world. We were recording Raphael Olympio and Michael Wall for a podcast in 2023. As they warmed up for the podcast, they got straight into a conversation on identity, bias, and racism, like one would. Well, this conversation didn't make it into the final podcast because I thought it is better to release it as a small snack for you, a healthy snack just for you. Why? Why did I think so? Well, because it's a great example to show you the power of a meaningful, deep, juicy conversation around tough themes that people might shy away from, especially if they're strangers meeting for the first time. So, without any further delay, I present to you Tough Chats, Gentle Words.
My name is Raphael Olympio. I go by the artist name Olympio.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper and spoken word artist, and I also work as a youth mentor with the Cork Migrant Centre doing, workshops, creative workshops, and anti-racist work. So so that's kind of me in a nutshell. There's more.
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more, but that's where it started.
Like that, it must be. I mean, it must be a full-time job. We were just kind of chatting about it kind of beforehand about the little kind of idiosyncrasies that suddenly go from, is this my friendly neighborhood rapper, or is this the guy that's putting his hoodie up because it's starting to rain, or what happens people's kind of opinions of somebody when you kind of not put yourself into a stereotype or throw yourself into a stereotype, but do something that people imagine is or is something that they've seen. Is it daily?
It is. It's a daily fight, as I like to put it, with myself, I guess, as opposed to other people, because, we live in Ireland, Cork City, which is a beautiful city, in my opinion. I've grown up here for over 23 years. Okay. And the amount of racism, I guess, that has impacted me or I've received is very minuscule in the grand scheme of things. But it's just those little impacts just kind of make me overthink, because I'm quite I'm a thinker. I think a lot. I'm kind of reserved, quiet. And I think, I've grown up in direct provision as well. Okay. So I was was quite isolated and grew up with a bit of anxiety. I'm getting much better now. Good. But it's just those little impacts just make me overthink everything. And I'm like, I don't want to be associated with all the negative kind of associations with like black people. Yeah, okay. Or negative stereotypes or anything that is negative that is affiliated with it. So I'm almost trying to always be the perfect kind of citizen, be the perfect candidate, when I shouldn't have to be. I should just feel free. Yeah, okay. Like we were saying, like putting up a hoodie if I'm cold or if it's raining. I shouldn't overthink that. No. But it's just these little things, and those are the impacts of racism. And I guess that's why we do the work we're doing. And so I'm unlearning to not be too hard on myself. Okay. But also trying to, I guess, educate the wider audience that this is the impact of racism.
It's funny because it was just that. It was just that we did it, the pair of us right across from each other. I'm wearing the hoodie as well. And as you did it, as you just pulled the hoodie up, I did the exact same thing. And I never thought about that it could cause somebody concern. Yeah. And it's one of those things. Look, if somebody walks into a post office with a helmet on them, or a motorcyclist walking, they're asked to remove the helmet. It might be a security thing. I don't know. Look, whatever it is. Yeah. But all these little things that you notice more so than I would notice. Obviously, as you said, it's something that you've grown up with. Does it put you on guard? Like, it must put you on guard.
It does. Okay. It does. It's getting better though. I guess sometimes maybe I speak more about it than actually act on it, if that makes sense. I think it's just, I don't know, it's just anxiety mixed with like the little traumas.
Okay.
And I was reading something earlier today actually, this morning. And it was on the opposite kind of spectrum where a white person was attacked by a group of black guys.
Okay.
And because of that attack, he asked, is it racist for me to kind of have this fear of black people now, or black people approaching me or being around black people because of the attack, in a predominantly kind of white area.
Okay.
So he was posing that question to people. It was a podcast, and he was like asking, am I racist for thinking this way? And then people responded that yes and no.
Okay.
And it's a thing where it's almost like it takes time to get over the actual, I guess, trauma and incident that occurred. But if it's like after some time has passed, if you're still thinking, oh, I'm afraid of black people because of what has happened.
Okay, yeah.
Then it's racism. But if it's just like, I've been attacked, it just happened yesterday, and I'm aware of black people around me because a bunch of black people attacked me, then it's kind of understandable. It's just like your instinct, you're protecting yourself.
There's a kind of a flight or fight thing built in.
Yeah. So it's that kind of a thing on the opposite side of the spectrum where I'm like, I can't be too hard on myself. And if somebody said something, I can't like project on wider audience. But this is probably a conversation for another.
It's the hard thing, like, is it a learned behavior? Is it an environmental thing? If you grew up with, you had somebody telling you or putting it to you that if you walk out and there happens to be 5 or 6 black people and 5 or 6 white people, the likelihood is that, if I was attacked by a group of five white people, and I taught my son or daughter growing up, be aware of a group of 5 people. Be aware of a group of people that happen to wear football jerseys. Be aware of people that happen to wear hoodies or whatever it is. And you're on guard. It's in society, it's in people's cultures growing up. And were you kind of almost geared up to feel, or geared up to be aware that there was going to be prejudice in Cork?
And no, because I feel like almost the small negative impacts they just stick for some reason.
Yeah, of course.
But then no, because I guess the majority of my experience in Cork has been positive.
Okay.
So that's what kind of keeps me going and keeps me in Cork and keeps me, I guess, enjoying the people of Cork. So.
You were listening to Good Day Cork, a conversation by Michael and Raphael. This podcast was recorded, edited, and mixed by me, Outsider YP. Thank you for listening.